This is the Sunday Business Page with Jon Delano.
Good morning, I'm Jon Delano. Welcome to another edition of the Sunday Business Page. And our very special guest today is Mark Fleishcer, who is the executive producer of the Pittsburgh CLO. Mark, it's so good to be with you today. Thanks for joining us.
Great to be with you again, Jon. Thank you for having me.
So let me ask you to tell our viewers right up front, what exactly is CLO?
So CLO is the largest producer of musical theater in Western Pennsylvania. Not only do we do a 6-show summer series we've been doing since 1946, we also have an education program. There's 6 of those. We do the Gene Kelly Awards for Excellence in High School Musical Theater. We have a construction center that builds our scenery as well as scenery for not just around Pittsburgh, but all over the nation. We've even sent shows and sets to China. So we're a multifaceted business that is definitely a part of the Pittsburgh fabric.
And it's very hard not to think of you and musical theater in the summertime in Pittsburgh. Yep. That's been the classic tradition. And I love musical theater. And I particularly love musical theater that involves local actors and singers and performers. And that's something that's a focus of yours, isn't it?
It's very much. I mean, local workforce development, as they call it officially. But, you know, for us, CLO started in 1946, 10 months after the end of World War II, as a way to bring this community together. And we've been doing that ever since. We hire and produce the shows here in Pittsburgh. It's not a tour that's coming off the road and spending a week here and then going on and money going back to New York. All that we do here with local performers mixed in with Broadway professionals, technicians, administrators, ushers, ticket takers, all sorts of people to create these shows right here in Pittsburgh, for Pittsburgh, by Pittsburgh, and in partnership with Pittsburgh, is here to celebrate this great community. So you're very right. We've launched careers, we nurture homegrown talent, and we also help those people perform alongside Broadway veterans. We have several coming this summer that are amazing talent. And those young performers coming out of CMU or Point Park or other universities are getting a chance to work alongside them. And as I was joking earlier, if they don't leave with a phone full of contacts for when they do make that jump to New York, they failed miserably. But it's a chance for you to see not only the established Broadway performers, but the stars of tomorrow.
I love it.
And again, like I said, it's very Pittsburgh. And what I loved when I got here 9 years ago was how much a part of this community this organization is.
Well, it is very much part of the community, no doubt about it. Mark, let me ask you, your programs, I believe, begin June 13th, coming up.
Yep.
So give us some sense of the shows that you're going to have this summer. And we only have a minute or so, so you're going to have to go quick.
I'll go fast. So we do 3 Broadway classics and 3 contemporary musicals. We have Anything Goes, followed by Into the Woods, followed by Sound of Music, followed by Once on This Island, then Guys and Dolls, and a new musical called Natasha Pierre and the Great Comet of 1812. A great mix of shows. I want people to have a journey. You're going to go from Cole Porter to Dave Malloy, the full length of American musical history.
Well, some of those shows are real classics, and I think a lot of us could start humming some of the music. I'm not at all familiar with the Great Comet of 1812. Is that, can you give us a little?
Sure. It was on Broadway in 2017, 2018, I believe. It is based on 70 pages of War and Peace, but it is a great opera about sort of the home front of war. And I actually did read the book, the whole novel over COVID to know more about it, which was great. But it's a rock opera musical. It's going to be very unique. A lot of young people know it and are very excited. And again, that's our goal, to serve the full breadth of the community, from those who love the old classics to those who like sort of newer work.
I have to tell you that Tolstoy's War and Peace is pretty heavy reading. It's very, it's hard to me to imagine a musical based on anything.
Well, who would have thought Les Miserables would be a musical, right?
Right, exactly. So, well, it's wonderful. 20 seconds, tell us, how do we get tickets for these shows?
Sure. PittsburghCLO.org is our website that has all the options. You can buy a 3-show package, a 6-show package. That's the best way to get discounts and access. But of course, you can buy tickets to individual shows if you want through the box office. But I do recommend subscribing, being a part of our group, because that is the most discount and the most access you can get, and to have a full experience, guaranteed date with your spouse or your family or your friends.
Well, Mark Fleishcer, executive producer of the great CLO here in Pittsburgh. Thank you, sir, very much for spending time with us today. Good luck to you this summer.
Thank you, John. Look forward to seeing you at the theater.
Thank you. You will indeed. And thank you for watching this edition of the Sunday Business Page. Have a great Sunday, everybody.